This week, the investing world lost a true giant. John Bogle died at the age of 89. In 1976, he founded Vanguard Group, created the first index mutual fund, and started a revolution in low-cost investing. Andy, make no mistake, every one of us, whether we were a shareholder of Vanguard's products or not, every one of us benefited. Every one of us is richer because of John Bogle.
And I wrote this week that if there's ever an investing Hall of Fame, he's an automatic first ballot taker on that Hall of Fame. You just think about what he has created. Vanguard now has more than $5 trillion under assets. Most of those are invested in passive index funds to just go about to match the market in as low as cost as possible. This was revolutionary back in 1976. He was laughed at, he was derided, yet given the success and the way that he has built that business as a mutual business, it really has had this lasting impact, and his legacy will not be forgotten. We all owe a debt of gratitude to Jack Bogle.
Yes, certainly beloved by the individual investor. Not so much by the active manager, however, because all of a sudden there was a passive product that you could buy, and you didn't necessarily need to rely on your active fund manager any longer. I think as a whole, it's certainly been better for the investment community, for the world. But at the time, it was revolutionary, and not everyone was a fan.
Oh, no question. There were absolutely people used to a pretty cushy fee-based lifestyle, Jason, on Wall Street. And I'm sure some of them tried to pull him aside and say, John, why are you trying to ruin a good thing here?
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, everything changes eventually, right? And I mean, a lot of his investing tenets really are what helped build our foolish investing philosophy here that we talk about every week, on and on and on. And I've seen the question posed more than once this week is who is going to be the next Jack Bogle for the market? And I think really the point is there's not going to be one, and we don't need one. That's how profound what he did was. I mean, he's going to have people like us, organizations like us, investors like us, get up there and call BS when we need to. That's the impact he's had. And I think once that cat is out of the bag, it ain't getting back in.
We here at the Motley Fool had the chance to meet him a bunch of times. We had him here at Fool headquarters a number of times. We loved Bogle for his passion, his competitive fire, also for his sense of humor. Want to play a clip of Jack Bogle when he made an appearance on the original Motley Fool radio show around the turn of the century. Here's Jack Bogle playing a round of buy, sell, or hold with me and Tom Gardner.
Okay, let's start with buy, sell, or hold Warren Buffett.
Buy. He's a fundamental value investor. He would diversify a portfolio of U.S. stocks because he has some high-grade stocks in there, but it's also done very well over a long period of years in insurance company holdings. And he's more of an insurance company than he is a U.S. Stock investor now.
Okay, Jack, you live in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, in the area. Buy, sell, or hold Philly cheesesteaks.
Hold Philly cheesesteaks.
What? Okay, why are you holding?
Well, I'm holding them only if you don't have heart problems, because they've got A, cheese, and B, steak. And I would say the cholesterol lovers, those that can handle it anyway, should be entitled to a good, they're delicious, but should be entitled to a good Philly cheesesteak. But I'm not putting it on buy because you might do it more than, say, once a month.
Okay, John, our final one. Buy, sell, or hold teen pop sensation Britney Spears.
Well, I would sell Britney Spears.
Okay, let's hear why.
Well, she's a little sultry for an older couple, a little goo-goo-eyed. And, I don't know. She's displaying a certain amount of virtue that we didn't used to see on the stage.
Love that clip. Love that clip. And also, as he indicated when he was talking about cheesesteaks, I mean, pretty remarkable that Bogle had a heart transplant when he was in his mid-60s, made it another 23 years. I mean, I think we all had the chance to meet him. So much energy and an absolute iron grip of a handshake.
Well, and he was also the story of when he founded Vanguard being forced out of Wellington. I mean, it's a really great boardroom struggle that he went off and kind of backdoored his way back into creating the index fund and creating Vanguard and turning it into this amazing business.
And he was a convert. He was not always a fan of passive investing. In fact, he railed against it. But kudos to him for realizing in the end that this was the way to go and it would be a great thing for individual investors.
Although his senior thesis at Princeton was about index investing.
Yeah.
I don't know about your senior thesis.
Yeah, not
Mine,
that.
Definitely not.